The Charles P. And ladies and gentlemen, I didn't get a whole lot done the last couple days. I did manage to get the middle hull connected to the upper hull, and again, being a smart kid here, it's really doesn't fit too well. I had to sand most of the sides down just to get it to sit flush. There's a little bit of I call it a step, but that's a good thing because what I want to do is I got the hole glued together, but I'm going to leave the step the way it is because it's actually a good mating surface for the railing that goes on it. So I started the side railing and went ahead and got this side done. I'm going to try to mirror the other side, and then just do a side and mirror the other side of my game plan on that. And hopefully within this weekend or this week we'll have all the, I call it the big etch on, then we can go in and pick out the very little ones, little piece etches on there, and then we'll keep on rocking and rolling on the Charles P. But anyway, there is that. So anyway, getting to have a lot of, it's going to be more of a bling model than a plastic model. But anyway, you can see the little step there. I mean, again, being a smart kid, just one of those things that don't really want to fit, but who knows? Maybe someday they'll fix ship kits where they just glue together like that. But anyway, that's where I stand on the Charles P. The Metro, I went ahead and finished it off. Last I left off on that, I went ahead and painted the blue on there, went back in with the hand brush and had to finish painting some of the blue on there. I touched up the white, and I painted the propellers, and then added Mr. Decals. So we are pretty good to go on that. I haven't drilled a hole on the bottom for the stand, so I'm going to do a little pilot hole, and you'll have to just get you some brass rod or and for the base that you're going to put it on, and that should be you may have to drill the hole out a little bit bigger, but I think you'll find the center of gravity so you can put it on there. But anyway, not too bad. Very, very simple kit. There's a couple things on there that should be done differently, but anyway, that's just the nature of a resin kit. The American Eagle, I gotta take off my little magnifying glasses. The American Eagle, I was getting ready to put the decals on because I kept looking at the damn box. Like, man, this is easy. One color. Look at that. You know, one solid white color. We'll continue on, but I forgot. That's the Delta. We don't want that one. We want the American Eagle, which has got gray on the bottom. So I had to go back in with some tape, mask off the bottom. And of course, you can see where I have thinned it extremely well. I always, all my paints are usually pretty much really thinned out for the airbrush, so I have to do multiple coats. So I got to do one more coat on that and get the bottom. It's I used a pale gray. I think it's real close to what they got. It says a light gray, and I think that's pretty close on that. But anyway, I'm going to get a couple more coats on that, get that a little more thickened up, and then we'll be ready to do decals on the American Eagle. But anyway, there is that on the airliners. The Trans Am RC, last I left off, I got all the tape removed, and the red's really, really close to the color of the car on the show. Two things. Number one, I got to go back in with some Mr. Black paint here, and I got to touch up a couple of oversprays. You can see there on the side. Not too bad. I didn't burnish it down good enough. Shame on me, but anyway, paint will fix that. But then I got to go, if you look over here on the reference material, I got to add a little black line. And Brad don't believe in painting small lines, so we're going to go use some graphic tape or whatever it's called, vinyl strip tape. And we're just going to cut that out and put that on like so. And we'll be good to go on that. And this is the same stuff that I use for, I don't believe in painting black lines on a ship because you just can't get it straight, and that's the best way to do it, I think. And then once you coat it black line on the ship there and put a sealer on it, I think you're good to go. But anyway, the Trans Am RC mask removed. We got the got to do a little touch up, and then I got to paint the gold rims here. I got to paint them silver, so I'm gonna try to get that done today. I would use acrylic, but since it's RC, I want to use enamel on here. good old Chester's silver enamel, which I think is probably the greatest silver ever produced in paint world. But anyway, I'm going to paint them silver, and we'll pretty much wrapping that up very, very quick. And then we got another one coming. It's basically the same thing. We just got to do a little body work to it, and I'll show that once it hits the house. But anyway, that's what I've got going on today. RC Trans Am taking shape. We are finishing one airliner and painting another airliner, and the photo etch continues on with the Charles P. So that's what I got going on today. So stay tuned for the next exciting episode.